Caution, full spoilers ahead, I mean it. Last warning. Here we go. Alright, so the first thing that needs to be mentioned is that most of the rumors surrounding this movie were false. There is no second Godzilla. He wasn't mutated due to an atomic blast on Japanese soil. However, this movie is as close to a remake of the original classic as we can get, with new and fresh ideas sewn in. In fact, I'd go so far as to say that this movie is the movie that could have been made had the United States military not occupied and censored Japan following World War II. Japanese media outlets were forbidden from talking about the war or the atomic bomb drops on Hiroshima and Nagasaki for years. This was one of the main reasons Godzilla was created. He is a living symbol of the fear of atomic war. And now, we are getting a full-blown, uncensored commentary on the fear that was felt at that time in Godzilla Minus One. In 1945, at the end of World War II, Koichi Shikishima, a kamikaze pilot, feigns technical issues with his plane and lands on Odo Island. Godzilla appears during the night and attacks the island, killing everybody except Koichi and the lead mechanic, Sosaku Tachibana. Following his return to Tokyo, Koichi is plagued by survivor's guilt. He has started a relationship with Noriko Oishi, and they have adopted a child whose parents were lost in the bombing of Tokyo during World War II. Godzilla is mutated by the Bikini Atoll nuclear tests, and he destroys several U.S. warships before heading for Japan. The United States refuses to aid Japan owing to tensions with the USSR. Working on a mine removal ship, Koichi meets scientist Kenji Noda. The mine removal ship's crew are tasked with stopping Godzilla's approach to Japan. They release a mine into Godzilla's mouth and detonate it, but Godzilla regenerates from his injury. The ship Takao arrives and engages Godzilla, but is subsequently destroyed when Godzilla unleashes his atomic breath. Koichi tells Noriko about Godzilla's attack, expressing his survivor's guilt to her. Godzilla makes landfall, attacking Ginza in Tokyo. Noriko witnesses the attack while Koichi attempts to rescue her. Meanwhile, the Japanese military engages Godzilla. Godzilla fires his atomic breath, which decimates Tokyo and apparently kills Noriko. Kenji comes up with a plan to kill Godzilla, although the Japanese government refuses to help, leaving it up to the civilians and naval veterans to enact it. Koichi recruits Tachibana to repair a damaged plane that they need, in which Koichi will fly the plane into Godzilla's mouth and destroy him from the inside. Meanwhile, Kenji plots to destroy Godzilla by sinking him to a depth of 2,500 meters. Should that plan fail, then balloons would be inflated under Godzilla to force him back up to the surface, killing him through explosive decompression. Godzilla is dragged down to 1,500 meters but survives. The balloons are activated, forcing Godzilla up to 800 meters, but he manages to break free. Two ships try to haul Godzilla to the surface, but don't have enough power to do so. A fleet of tugboats lend their assistance, and Godzilla is brought to the surface, injuring him but not killing him. Enraged, Godzilla destroys all of the ships. Koichi flies his plane into Godzilla's mouth, destroying Godzilla's head. Before he reaches Godzilla, Koichi ejects from the plane. Godzilla's body is destroyed by the atomic breath he was charging when Koichi's plane struck him. Back at port, Koichi receives a telegram and he heads to hospital, where Noriko is waiting for him, having survived Godzilla's rampage in Tokyo. Meanwhile, a chunk of Godzilla's remaining flesh sinks to the bottom of the ocean and begins to regenerate. Final thoughts are that this may be one of the very best Godzilla movies ever made. Fanfare has been absolutely explosive. Reviews have been nothing but positive and full of praise. This is a social commentary regarding the threat of nuclear weapons that is very rarely explored. In the end, Godzilla is not just a silly monster that beats up other monsters. He is the embodiment of fear that everyone needs to see and listen to. He is a warning of things that could still potentially come true one day. And aside from the original classic, Godzilla Minus One dominates this hard but necessary message than almost any movie that has come before. It is a certified classic, and isn't just a great monster movie. It is a movie that is in the echelon of being timeless, and is absolutely not to be missed.